Hey everybody, how's it going? Haven't done a video for you guys in a while. I've been at the BFA live event, which was awesome. I asked a question in the group to see which one you guys want to see more of, lead ads or the pixel for Wednesday, and you all kind of overwhelmingly said the pixel. And I figured this is easy enough to show you on a live video, so I'll do that right now and show you guys how to do that. So the lead ad on Facebook is a little bit different from the current structure, and it should be treated a little bit differently, and it's not super easy to set up. And it doesn't work for every industry. So just put it out there like that. But the idea is that you can keep people on Facebook if you want to. If you want to get them to opt in, you can do that with a form on Facebook instead of sending them to a different website. And you know, something interesting about that is you'll find that, you know, in different markets, different things work better, right? So in my market, the lead ads on Facebook work pretty well. In, you know, a lot of markets in the South and the Midwest and some on the East Coast too, the lead pages is what works better, or Instapage, something like that. I'd like to show you guys how this works on Lead Traps, which is the software we're coming out with, but I think I want to keep that proprietary and you know, one-on-one for right now. It's just that I want to kind of focus on what everyone knows and not hit you with too much different technology at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys how to do that. So give me 1 second just to hop over here. You all should see down the rabbit hole at this point. Presenting to everyone. If the sound cuts out here, I apologize. I'll go ahead and redub it later, but I think this will work just fine. So I'm here in Facebook, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the step-by-step of how to do this. Again, it's not incredibly complicated, and I'll try to go as slow as I can so you guys can follow along with me. So you're here in your home page. As with anything, you go to your ads manager or power editor, depends on what you guys are most comfortable with, but a lot of you guys use ads manager, so I'll go ahead and just do this one right here. When you create your ad, you're going to choose a very specific campaign objective, and the one that we want is lead generation for the Facebook lead form. So we'll go ahead and do that. Name it something that makes sense to you. You know, campaign name. Let's say I'm going to run mine in Temecula. So Temecula wine country lead ad. Okay. Which is different from like the lead page and things like that. You just go ahead and drop down to the page that you want to run it through. Hot homes, hot homes, hot homes. Okay, my wine country. I've accepted. So you have to go ahead and view the terms usually. So you go view the terms here and you accept them. I've already accepted, so I don't need to do that. For your audience, you know, it's pretty much the same audience. So use one that's worked. Again, you know, I think one that tends to work out pretty well is, you know, if you just run it to first-time home buyers and you know, likely to move and things like that. So I'll run to this one right here. I'll just change the location because it's Marina Del Rey. I want to change that to Temecula. So we'll just go here in Temecula, California. 25 miles. That seems fair. The reason I'm doing 25 miles, it's market dependent. This is one of those things there's not one right answer to, right? And I can't just say use this for everything. I use 25 miles outside Temecula for one very specific reason. We have Camp Pendleton. Let me see here, like right here. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and expand this to like 35 or, you know, whatever that is. Camp Pendleton's right there. That's the biggest military base in our area, and a lot of vets, after they're done with their service, want to move out here because it's cheaper and it's nice and it's not so crowded. So, you know, 36 miles out is what I'll do. The age range I hit before was 26 to 60. This is very broad, and you don't have to do this. I select women because that seems to target, convert better than all. My parameters here, easy ones, right? Likely to move in first-time home buyers. This is not like very in-depth, you know, highly targeted ad. This is just kind of like a blanket thing. So at the end of the day, I want to get people just to click on it so I can retarget them later on. As long as the ad appeals to them and they match these qualifications here. And I exclude a bunch of stuff, but you don't need to do this. I mean, I just do this because you know, why the hell not, right? So I'll update this. You can either save it as new or update. I'm just going to go ahead and save it as new, and I'll name this one Temecula broad target, so everyone kind of gets it. Or instead of broad target, I'm just going to go ahead and be a little more specific. Say first-time home buyer, likely to move. Okay, save that. Okay, so your placements here, you can edit that. necessarily. Well, what's cool about the lead ad, actually, I should be clear about this. The lead ad only appears in two places, right? It appears in your feed and appears on mobile, right? So, you can do it mobile only if you want, and you're going to find that the vast majority of your content and your leads are going to come in from mobile. It's to taste. I started at $20 a day. If you're going to do this, you can start lower or higher depending on what you want to do. But again, you're gonna see results commensurate with how much you spend, right? That's the whole point. So as long as it's working, feel free to put a little more money into this. This automatically optimizes this, the bid amount. You can. I don't think I'm gonna go with this. I think I'll just go with automatic because I don't want to spend $17 a lead. That's a little bit crazy. So and the ad set name, we'll just call this Temecula lead ad set, right? So all this up until now should be completely identical, right, to what you've been doing so far. You choose a single image or the video, it depends, but I'll choose the image because that's what we know works. Free stock images, luxury home. Sometimes I like to run these with an interior shot. I know it's a little bit different from what most people do. The reason being because there's differing views on what's a nice home from the outside. I mean, some people like the Spanish style, some people like a Victorian. And in my market, you see a lot of those. So I like the interior shots because, regardless of what kind of external, like if this appeals to you or if the Spanish style appeals to you, chances are like a really nice room like this is gonna pique your interest. Sometimes a really nice bedroom or living room shot too. That's a personal choice. If you're just starting out and you don't know if it's gonna work for you, I suggest doing it exactly the way we teach it in the courses. With the external shots and things like that. But if for example, this looks like a Temecula interior to me because we've got those rolling hills in the background. So I'm comfortable just choosing this one for the time being. Oh, I deselected it. And I'll go ahead and delete this one because that's just my profile image. We don't need to use that. We're done. So for the headline, we're going to make this like exactly like the one that we run with through the courses. So I'll go ahead and BFA. I'm going to hop over to Safari for this one. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, so we'll do BFA digital and log into the member site. And this is where you get your ad copy. This is where you get your ideas for what the landing page needs to say, et cetera, et cetera. So you're in the what the hell in the courses, and you go down to Facebook ads, drop down to the funnel, the funnel and the pages that go along with them. So that's undergone a new name there. And then you're going to go to the ad. Okay. And it's going to pop up with, this, and I close the thing that it pops up with, and I just copy the text here. So ready to make the move. So instead of Partridge Creek, we're going to make it, Temecula. Instead of, Michigan, we're going to say California, et cetera, et cetera. That's the only real difference. Okay, so the text here, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in for right now. Sometimes it'll come in all as one block like this, and you don't want that, right? So the way to fix that is just to open it in a different, because sometimes you can't fix it here, just to open it in a different program. Like, I'll use Pages, but Microsoft Word or something like that. Right, so you just copy it in, and you see how there's not like a line break between each one. I found that people like the line break a lot. Because the human mind can't comprehend what a big block of text is supposed to mean. Like that's not appealing, that's not attractive. It's like, a lot of us didn't go to college specifically because we don't like reading big blocks of text. So why force your leads to do that too, right? So, we'll break it down the way that, Ryan does. We've got hook, we've got problem, solution, call to action, right? Go ahead, copy this. Oh, of course, you're probably gonna want to change it to your market too, unless I'm really targeting Temecula people for Partridge Creek. So Temecula wine country, or just Temecula. And realistically, I want to go ahead and choose like a really nice area of Temecula. So I want to say Greer Ranch, right? Because if you're living in, well, I live in Murrieta, which is north of Temecula. Greer Ranch is where you want to live. Those are the $1 million homes. Those are the ones that don't stay on the market for more than a couple of days. So that's where it's at. Da, 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 da. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this and head back over here. Add this text, and you see how there's those line breaks now. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna hop back over to the ad. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Partridge Creek. And this doesn't have a headline to choose, so I'll put in like my own headline that I use, which is get the inside scoop on hot homes in Greer Ranch, Temecula. Or even that's a little bit too long, right? And then I go down here and I remove the call to action if I can. No. Okay, so here's what's interesting. You have to have a call to action with the lead ad. I normally remove this because, like Ryan says, that's 2 words that I didn't write that I could have written, that I know my words are more converting than these ones that don't matter. But because we have to choose one, I just choose learn more. News feed link description. And this is even maybe too long. So get the exclusive information. You could drop the, get exclusive, help if I could type, info on hot homes in Greer Ranch, Temecula, right? So, this is what it's going to look like in the mobile feed, the feature phone, things like that. I don't like how this looks really, but that's, we don't really see it that way. We only see it this way. The display link, I'm not going to go ahead and change this because now, now there's been some issues with changing this, at least from what I've seen right here. I'm not going to track the conversions with this one. I suppose I could. I'm just not going to for the purpose of this video. There's no reason not to, right? I mean, you want to track these, and in the live the funnel chat I'm planning on doing, I'm going to show you how to track those. But you are going to go and create a new form. You're not going to have these templates here. The headline is, I think it's insider info on hot homes of Temecula. You can choose Greer Ranch if you want. That's okay. I changed this to bullets because I think it looks kind of cooler and a little more, concise. Enter your info below to get the hottest. And we don't have a whole lot of foreclosures, but people really jump on them. A lot of first-time home buyers. So I'll go ahead and say foreclosures, short sales, hip pocket listings. What you can even do too, I've done this before also, is I changed this. So enter info to get the hottest, and you list what the different kinds of things are. So, I'll go ahead and start with foreclosures, and then go to short sales and hit pocket listings, off market properties. It's pretty much the same thing, but people won't always know what that means. And motivated sellers. We'll go ahead and say that because I've had good luck with that. Get more info now. Okay, that's this right here. I want to see what the settings thing is. No, I'm okay with that. Okay, so you're going to go to your questions, and you can ask as many as you want, right? You can make this into your Wufoo form if you're confident enough in doing that. And in fact, if you're retargeting people who've already opted in, right, I would go ahead and make this your Wufoo form with your 6 questions. Are you work with a realtor, pre-approved? Are you, do you need to sell your home? Where are you looking to move? What's your price point? Things like that. But for this one right here, this is pretty important. Go ahead and remove full name, and go first name and last name. Trust me, this is super, super important when you're going to integrate this in with. A lot of you use LionDesk, so it's good with that. Agent Legend is good with that. Of course, Lead Traps, which is, I'm biased, but that's the best thing on the planet. That one's going to be really, really important to have the first name and last name separate. So you can go ahead and write things like, hey, first name, thanks for opting in, instead of calling him like John Smith. You say, hey, John, kind of things like that. First name, last name, email, and okay, so you see those here, right? Your privacy policy, you have one. I mean, if you're working for a lender or if you're working for a real estate brokerage, or even if you have your own shop, just go ahead and do your company's policy here or do your own. So I'm going to say just privacy policy, link URL minus homes and loansdoneright.com/privacy. Let's see. Okay, I don't use a custom disclaimer in the thank you screen. I prompt them to visit my, this is the equivalent of Wufoo, right? This is just Typeform. We like Typeform. We like Wufoo. They're both free. Use whichever one you think looks best. I go ahead and put that here because what I want is when people opt into this and they want to go to my website, I want to give them the opportunity to give me more information about their ideal home. It looks like we're good here. I'm going to save it. I'm going to finish it. Looks like we're good to go. I should probably name it. Is it too late to name it? Damn. Oh well. I'll know this is the one here that I like. And then all you have to do really is place your order, and you're good to go. The next thing you're going to want to do when you get this set up, let's see here. Okay, cool. So this is actually kind of new, and I like this. You're going to want to sign up for Zapier Premium with this. It's $20 a month. I get a lot of pushback where it's like, oh, more things to sign up for. Guys, listen, if you can't spend $20 a month making your business easier, this is not a conversation we need to be having. Simple as that. So the way you do that, you go to Zapier.com. It'll load sometime next month. Perfect. Log in. I'm pretty sure that's my login. Yep, we're good. And then I'm going to make a Zap. Okay. Your trigger app is going to be Facebook lead ads. Now it says premium because you have to pay for premium. Again, $20 a month. That's my lead ads account right there. The first one, the page I want to do this from. Now you got to do each one of these. If you're at like 7 different pages you're running this from, you have 7 different automations you got to set up. There's no real way around that unless you go through a separate service that I use called Lead Bridges, and that's, we'll forget about that. But Hot Home, nope, not that one. I want My Wine Country. My Wine Country. The form is the untitled one I just built. Again, I should have named this, but I didn't. I missed it. So we're going to connect and continue. It's going to give you a test lead, so you don't have to go ahead and fill your form out for this to work. Normally, you would have to. Like you'd have to have one lead for them to do, but they give you a test lead, so you can view it right here. It's dummy data, blah blah. So you're going to continue, and then your action app is going to be whatever you use to follow up, right? If you use Aweber or Pipedrive or any of those things, a lot of you are on Aweber, so I'm going to go ahead and make this simple and just throw it on Aweber. You can do this with Lead Traps or Agent Legend and just about anything else you need to. Well, I think this is the one I'm using now, I believe. So the account should be, yep. List, I want a local buyer, right? Aweber requires double opt-in. And with Aweber, one of those, no, that's the phone number. With one of the things you have to do with Aweber, you have to really be conscious that is after you set this up, you got to call Aweber on the phone and say, hey, turn off double opt-in, right? Because even if you turn it off on the list, they'll still automatically default it back on, and that's going to be a problem. So the name, I do first name space last name. If you use Aweber, you don't have to separate these. I think they do it for you, but it's important to do so. And for the tags, like this is really important. This is how you keep track of stuff. You just name your campaign Temecula buyer ad, right? It's important to know which one's which, and you can actually check the tags in your Aweber account. It looks like it's ready to rock and roll. And we're going to finish this. We're going to name the Zap Temecula test lead ad test. Okay. All right. And then select a folder, lead generation on Facebook. Keep yourself organized best you can, guys, because the more you categorize your stuff and segment it and things like that, the better off you'll be when you have to actually make decision rules later on. So, okay, no, I don't want to make another app. Forgot about that. Okay, so now we have, which one is it? Temecula lead ad test. It's on. It's basically sending it directly to Aweber. So now what you do, it's up and running. Let's say you go to your, it's pending review right now, but let's say you can actually see your post somehow. I think I have to go one level deeper. Okay, so that's a pain in the ass. Okay, well, there's got to be a way. I don't want to, kind of spend too much time figuring out right here in front of you guys here. But there's got to be a way to preview that. You should be able to just preview the post. You click on preview here. Okay, cool. So you preview it here, and then you're able to, like, if you click on learn more, it'll show you. You can see it on mobile. You can actually share this. That's weird. Okay, you can actually share the ad too. If you want to invite people to see it, you go ahead and copy this URL. And if you want us to review it or something like that, this is what you do. You copy this, and then you post it in the group there. And what's even better to do is send this to me first, because you can only share this with up to 50 people. So you post it in Entourage, and 50 looky-loos, not looky-loos, 50 people are just trying to check stuff out and maybe give some input, view it, and I'm number 51. I can't see it. So maybe you want to send it to me first there, but you copy that and you post it into the group, and then you're done. I mean, this is really it. So they'll go in here, right? They opt in with all their information. They get sent to your survey. Hopefully they fill your survey out. If not, then that's no problem. You don't need to drop a pixel in your survey. The reason you don't need to do that is because if you want to retarget, let me see here. Every time I hop back and forth between tabs, I get all discombobulated and stuff. So, all right. You go back to audiences, and everyone knows how to do this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But you go here, create audience, custom audience, engagement on Facebook, lead ad, choose your form. Well, that's weird. Okay, well, I'm not sure why I can't see my form, but I wonder if I just say untitled. Oh yeah, okay, there are just too many options to, if you have too many forms, you just type in what you name that form and it'll show up here. I think 90 is the farthest they'll go back. Is it 180? No, okay, so, in the past 3 months, right, you can kind of get a little more specific. I'm not sure what the word is. Segmented than this too. By you can select people who opened and submitted the form as like that's basically putting the pixel on this page, right? That's what it is. Or you can go for people who opened and didn't submit, which is like basically putting the pixel on the landing page. Because remember, what you're doing is putting the landing page on Facebook, and so whatever other service you're doing, you name your audience. Temecula lead ad. Let me go ahead and I'll put this one as like the actual end result one. So Temecula lead ad, the retarget audience. And if you need to, you can add a description later on. You create your audience. Again, it's not gonna. Oh, and this is cool too. Once you build, you can go in any order you want. You can either build your ad first, or you can build your audience first, and then you just go ahead and create an ad. And then if you want to expand an audience, like a lookalike thing, that's another thing too. But I don't want to give you too much information in one, in one setting for you to absorb. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go. Where are we here? Where's the hangout? Okay. I mean that's pretty much it. So this, I'm not sure how long I've been recording for, how long this video is, but when you break it down, it's pretty simple. You just put the landing page instead of on lead pages or Instapage or ClickFunnels. You put that on Facebook. So when they click on your ad, that landing page pops automatically. They don't have to leave Facebook. They're, a lot of people are cool being on Facebook, giving information, stuff like that, because they already have the info. But when you take it to a different page, some people will freak out. So this is just an alternative, right? No matter what you do, try it the way we teach it first. And if that doesn't work, try this one, see if that one works too. Again, every market's different, right? So I hope this is helpful for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and post this in a couple of the groups and see if that's gonna get the job done for you guys. So on Wednesday, because I've gone over this, on Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the pixel, right? How to get the pixel run. It's kind of cool what I'm going to show you guys, because you can actually tell Facebook when to charge you. You know, you can say charge me when someone sees my ad, or you can say charge when someone clicks on my ad, or you can go kind of, you know, with a custom conversion, say, well, you know, I only want to pay when people go to my thank you page, or I only want to pay when people complete the registration on Wufoo, or something like that. And obviously, it's going to be a little more expensive because you're telling Facebook what to do, and they're going to give it to you, just not at the price that you were going to be getting it for before. But again, it cuts away a lot of the, you know, unnecessary stuff, because when people click on, even if you're not getting charged for it, and people click on your form and they don't go all the way through, you don't pay for that lead, but you can still retarget that later on with a different ad and maybe get them to opt in that way. And as long as you're saying the custom conversion is the very back end, you're good. Again, I don't want to get too deeply into that right now, but I'll show you all that on Wednesday. All right, I hope this is helpful, and good luck, guys. Happy selling.